Here we're leaving Vancouver. Looks like the brilliance of the seas is here. We have lots of people watching, that's for sure. Looks like one of the cruise ships is out in the middle of the Vancouver Bay. They just recently had a seaplane run into a boat out here and killed a couple of people. It was just a week or so ago. It's not exactly a clear day. There's Surrey down in the distance. Some of the cranes in Vancouver, and it's one of the most beautiful cruise ports in the world. And then there's Stanley Park over there on to the north of us, and we're going to go over the Lions Gate under the Lions Gate Bridge, which you can see in the distance. Yeah, this is the end of Vancouver Island, and God's Pocket is over there somewhere, where it's a diving place that I always wanted to dive at. But yeah, and the swells are getting bigger, but they're not too bad yet. Jody's noticing the rocking. Looks like some rain over there. We'll be rocking for about an hour and a half until we go by the Queen Charlotte's. Here we are in Ketchikan. Looks like we're docked right downtown. We've been here before. So today we're going to go out on a Bering Sea crab boat at 11. And we're going to have a demonstration on how they get the gigantic crab pots out and get them back in again. So it should be fun. Ketchikan is actually a beautiful little harbor, but it rains a lot here. Like, I think it's 250 inches of rain a year, and Seattle only gets like 36, so big difference. Here we're headed out on the Aleutian Ballad. Out of the marina in Ketchikan.
Alright, you guys, you ready? Yeah. I gotta tell you though, I got some good news, I got some bad news. Good news is, this is your life jacket, okay? There is no front or back. You simply pull it over your head, find the strap, clip on the end, put the clip in the clasp, and we're good to go. Bad news is, there's only two on this boat. The other one's right over there. Now, guys, you see those aluminum boxes underneath there, fastened to the bulkhead? There's a strap on the bottom of those. You pull it, strap doors open up, it's a marina depth. Grooving in your seats, Now, look in front of the wheelhouse where the captain's driving there. There's an aluminum box in front of that wheelhouse. Chuck your block full on these things. There's also a couple up forward here and cut out.
Okay, we'll start here. That's more close. Just a different.
Look at that. You know where that eagle's from? Philadelphia. Caught it out of the air. They're no longer endangered. They were taken off the endangered species list 2007. They are, however, still protected.
Sorry.
Oh, missed it.
So far, most of everything I've seen is an adult. I know that because of the white head and tail. It takes 4 years to achieve that adult plumage.
Oh.
And once they do reach that plumage, the only difference between a male and a female of the species does get a little bit larger. You see a marble colored one, kind of dusky, brown, white, all kinds of stuff. That is a bald eagle. It's just a juvenile.
the reason these started being manufactured is you could stack more gear on small vessels. And if you take a regular 6.5 by, which like you've seen up on top here, some of you, it's going to take up this much room and about this tall. The same amount of room, you can get 10 of these. And if you're looking when you're fishing, it's kind of nice to have extra bullets, is what I call them. So you can kind of get feelers out. And then when you get them lined up, you're going to get all kinds of crab in the pot. And these are box king crab. This is the first time in my career that I've actually seen them down here in the southeast. I don't know. Actually, Dave, I do have a question for you. Maybe you know. Is it just southeast all the way down to Washington? Maybe he's not here. Oh, okay. And he's busy. I think it's just basically the west coast up here down through Canada. I'm not positive on that because I've never seen them up north ever. Go ahead, and I'm going to grab some.
All right, what we got here, box king crab, you're going to hold them just like this, okay? You won't get pinched if you stay down below here. All right? And we're going to come up there, you're going to come out here. Girls are going to bring some up above.
And I'm going to show you some snow crab, which this species is actually barred. And yeah, I gotta get that out, man. I'll show that. And so they have a paleo crab and barred. When you guys go to hold these, because you'll be able to come up if you want to grab them, and just hold them very lightly, and on the back legs, just support it like that. They won't pinch you that way. And these are all males. And if you want to know, the females are rounded and a lot smaller. And but we're going to hand these to you. The girls are going to bring some up top, and they'll be there in a minute.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right, here she comes. 800 pounds of angry steel. Now, you see those replicas we had made up. You got a boat, maybe it holds, I think this boat held 160 of these things. Maybe 180 or 70 with the, right up over the wheelhouse. But you sent half your gear, and then you actually go spot check it. They were there last year, doesn't mean they're there this year. So it takes you maybe 8, 9, 10 hours to set half of it. You come back, spot check one of these, we pull this up out of the middle of the stream, everybody is jazzed. And the reason for that, there's 3 riders going in this tunnel. We refer to them as riders because they're not even inside yet. This is a good sign, the bait's working. There's a couple on that side. There's a half dozen crab inside there. Captain's gonna get on that hailer and go get those crab out, rebait it. I wanna look at a couple more. He thinks the better sign is going to the west. He'll take the rest of that gear and start setting it out in front of the west, hoping that that big school continues on that direction. And when we come back on a 30, 40 hour soak, we could have as many as 40, 50, 60, possibly 100. That's the pinnacle. That does not always happen. If it did, we'd all be rich. But that's what keeps you coming back time and time again. I've heard the stories, I've never been a part of it. But that is some hot fish.
No, these are imitation. It was just to show you, because obviously we couldn't have the crab just set there for us. And,
Okay, So, first thing the hydro guy does, he's gonna set the dogs on that thing. See those hooks come up, grab that, help center it, because up it comes. This is all happening very fast. We're in 14, 20-foot seas, blowing, everything's rocking around. You forget those hooks, and you double action this thing to duck those crab on the table, all heck breaks loose. That thing goes cartwheeling across. Typically the guy that's holding the table's got his head down because it's blowing and there's jellyfish and stuff. He could take that thing to the head in a New York second and not even know it was coming. You have got to be on your A game when you run the hydraulics. Every day is Super Bowl over here. There's no room to make a mistake. All right, coming down.
Okay, the thing I'm going to talk about here is these pods can actually fish other fisheries. And this is not only a pod that can fish king crab, it has tunnels and hoods in the tunnels that can come down, which will make a 3-inch, so you don't get king crab in it. And once you put them down, you're good for opies or barradine. And also, before I go too far with this is escapement web here. So anything that's not legal for a king crab, it will escape out of this pond. Then, if you're going barradine fishing or opie fishing, you'll have different panels that'll come down over the top of that, and it's the same thing. It's an escapement. So you can just change everything out so you can do other fisheries. I actually use these pots. It's not exactly the same, but this size pot, for cod fishing. And I have different configurations of web that we put in it. So it's used for 4 fisheries. And also, back in the day, guys were starting to talk about ghost pots. And you dump a pot, you lose it. Be careful. Huh? What do you see? He's going all the way in.
He's all in on this job.
There we go. Whoa, what do we have here?
Yeah, that's not a slime eel. But everything we told you about the slime eel is true. There is a fishery. Guys, this is a giant Pacific octopus. He's in that barrel for one simple reason.
Here we are in Juneau, along with a bunch of other cruise ships. Well, actually just one so far. But here's the cable car that goes up to the top up there, and you can hike around up there in the woods and stuff. It's pretty neat. And state capitol is actually around the bend. Can't see it from right here, but this is a landlocked Juneau. There's no way out of here except by boat. Here we are at the Mendenhall and near the visitor center, and we're going to go for a hike. Nugget Falls, pretty loud. There's a lot of water coming down. We're around the corner from the Mendenhall Glacier. There's a lot of people out here taking the Nugget Trail and Nugget Falls Trail. It is loud. This is the Mendenhall Glacier from the visitor center. It's really a pretty gorgeous shot. And you can't, oh, I guess you can see the falls that we walked over to, over on the right. It's a beautiful falls. We spotted a bunch of mountain goats up there on the, when we were up on the glacier in the helicopters. Beautiful up here. They brought us to this salmon hatchery just outside of Juneau. Maybe it's in the town itself, but shows the ladder that goes up, and then they enter the pens over here. And so I'm going to go inside and see what they've got to offer inside. It looks like they're releasing some fish into the channel here, using a hose and pumping out some and putting them into the water, the salt water. It looks like a dead one down there. Upside down.
Yeah, it's big though.
I'm surprised the eagles didn't
Yeah,
get
I
it.
haven't seen it.
And so there are these fish pens. Guys fishing for salmon too. Interesting hatchery.
Snow's still on the tops of the mountains. Big pictures, big pictures.
We're little. We're little people.
It's the first time we've been
Okay,
to the
everybody, wave
island.
goodbye to Douglas Island. That was a quick little stop, but
Well, we are leaving Juneau. Looks like the tram is still working, even though it's getting toward dusk. And here it is about 9 o'clock in the evening. We had a good day here, went up to the Mendenhall, and we're now off to Skagway. We're here in Skagway, and it's actually a very beautiful day, so we're really fortunate. We're right downtown, and on the other side of the ship is where the slide happened. I'll get a video of that later, but this is the downtown side of where people dock. We've been in this dock position just once before, and I'm still getting reoriented to everything, but the pass, White Pass, is up that way, and the train just left for its probably first tour of the day up to White Pass. We've walked the whole Skagway Main Street. And just went to the National Park Museum thing with crib houses and interesting little town. Right near the top, near the pass, so you can see how rugged it is up
I'm
here.
going to take you to another place whereby we can get out. Listen, okay. Hey, can I assist anybody taking pictures?
This is what we always discuss as being totally unique about this experience of coming up to White Pass, and that's this this subarctic terrain up here that is just so strange. It's almost like it's been hit by a nuclear bomb or something. It's very strange. Very low vegetation too, because it gets covered with lots and lots of snow. We're on our way up to Glacier National Park, to the glaciers, and this is the first glacier that we hit on our way up there, but you can see the glaciers coming down from the mountains over and then off to the left, the port side, is the Reed Glacier, which comes down to the water, so it's a tidewater glacier. So this inlet, you can see some boats hanging around off of Reed Glacier. Probably the naturalist boats, boats that people pay a lot of money on, a lot of money for, so they can get up close to the glacier and the ice. Jody just saw a whale a little while ago in this inlet. You can see the glacier coming down from the mountain up there. That's pretty awesome evidence of glacial movement and glacial rivers. But that right there is the Reed Glacier. That's the Marjorie Glacier, tidal glacier, the one that's the most famous, I guess. Looks a lot smaller than the last time we were here. And the mountain behind it, that stream all the way down, is amazing. Oh, I've already had some, thanks. Whatever you see above, that's that much. So that's the Marjorie Glacier, and everybody's waiting for it to calve, and we're just about done, I think, in here. We had an hour. I think there's been a lessening of the size of the glacier.
Very
I'm going to sing a song about the Huna exit, and it's about the changing of tides. Over here in what they call the laundry, where the currents are so strong that it's real tough and all that. And the men folk, when they dance, they'll go to the left and they'll come back, and then they'll go to the right, come back, and just keep working around like that on the way out. Changing of tides because they're so strong like that. Well, I got a little hurt toe and I'm drumming at the time, but if I was dancing, I'd be doing something a bit different. Now, before I go, we go, actually, and I'm glad she came up here. No pressure, right? So, for the Schlinga people, we don't have a word for goodbye. So this is what we say. Real simple. I want you to repeat it after me. Stojak.
Stojak.
Kwasatin.
Kwasatin.
Stojak. Kwasatin.
Stojak. Kwasatin.
And that means I'll see you later. So where are you going now?
Whittier.
Where are you headed to?
Whittier.
Where?
Whittier.
Whittier. Nice place. Like it. Wish I was going with you. All the way down to Ketchikan and all the way back on down. Love it. I wish we can go be part of that. But we're here and we're going to exit off of here, and we're going to wish you a good rest of the trip that you're having here. So here we go. Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hoo, hey, 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 Yahweh, Yahweh, hoo, hey, hey,
These are the glaciers in College Fjord. You can see the water, tidewater glaciers. Yeah, I'll bet it's really windy out on the bow. Could be. Probably true. Oh, I've already had some, thanks. Whatever you see above, it's that much. So that's the Marjorie Glacier, and everybody's waiting for it to calve, and we're just about done, I think, in here. We had an hour. We got really close to the Arthur Glacier because of the ice conditions. They must have moved it.
Computer was laying right across the She said 2 miles across.
We got really close to the Arctic Glacier because of the ice conditions. What's that?
I said I was tripping over your computer.
They must have moved it.
Computer was laying right across the She said 2 miles across. More. Oh, wow. Man, you can almost feel it. See where it's kind of a browner, grayer section right in there? That's where it's all coming down. It keeps coming down. There's been 2 pretty good sized ones right in there. Harbor Glacier. Yeah.
We're in the train in Whittier and moving toward the tunnel, I think. So it's the dome top, so you can see mountains all around. And the ship is already coming out of view. But we'll be in the tunnel soon and not be able to see anything for a while. And the tunnel is both the railroad track and the road. And so for road people, they have to wait until the train gets through before they can get to Whittier. Here we are along Turnagain Arm and headed for Anchorage. So we should be in Anchorage in half an hour or so. But expecting to see some mountain goats maybe along the cliffs there as we go into Anchorage. The cliffs are pretty close to Anchorage, so we'll see what happens.
But it saves money that be around $11.1 million.
That's how it would work, okay? So they're figuring out everybody's details in case they're
We'll make We're crossing over the Susitna River. It's the same river we've been traveling alongside. Because we crossed over the bridge, it's the last crossing of the Susitna River.
easier. A little bit. Okay. First thing I need from you is a phone number. Say again.
But there's a bigger wood trestle. Okay,
Yes,
this is
how they're hiding down.
Denali, and it is partially visible. Except for all these trees. And we did see it there for a second, so maybe I can get
There are
an
clouds
individual
around.
photo of it. There are clouds around it.
I
cheetah. By the way, 1 out of every 80 Alaskans is a licensed pilot, including Captain Can up in the wheelhouse.